Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool taking on Spurs this weekend, as we all know. I've got Flav here from the Fighting Cock and from Ball Street, of course, as well. We're here in Ball Street HQ.
Why is it
balls.
every single time I come on your channel, I get dug out for what I wear?
Because you wear weird clothes.
What a red t-shirt and tie.
It's not a red t-shirt, and you're also wearing pedal pushers. You're not in Atomic Kitten. I'm just saying, but if you were, that would probably be fine.
Fine, okay.
Not Atomic Kitten now.
Point now.
Atomic Kitten before we knew they were all weird slags. That probably would have been. That probably would have.
Point taken.
Sorry, Liz. She's an Evertonian anyway.
Big game.
Hi, good night. Big game. It is a big game. No, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because Liverpool probably would have gone into the opening 3 games of the season and you know, looked at it and gone, this was probably, well, Arsenal was a difficult game. It was always going to be a difficult game, but Arsenal first game of the season were always prone to a meltdown. Spurs, you know, we didn't get a grip on you boys at all last season. You know, we come close at times, but I think Spurs showed that there was a gulf in, whether it was ability or class or just togetherness or whatever. I think you were further down the line in the project than we were. So I don't know how you feel, but I'm dead excited about this game.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be. Last season we saw the first 20 minutes of Klopp's first game was incredible for Liverpool. You're like, well, how has he turned this around in literally 3 days? And then we worked out after about 20 minutes that they started to gas a little bit. And had to kind of sit back into the way that they'd been playing previously. But you saw from that Klopp had a plan on this is the way you're going to play and this is how it's going to implement. And then it meant that the next time we met at Anfield, it was going to be a lot closer, and it was, if I remember rightly. I remember as a Spurs fan with my Spurs hat on, I felt like we could have perhaps snatched it, but I remember it being very close and probably a fair result. So this will be really interesting because both managers have had, you know, enough time now to stamp their authority on it.
Everyone's talking about Mourinho at United. I mean, it's a weird one because I think from a Spurs, looking at Spurs, from my perspective on Spurs, not a Spurs perspective because I couldn't do that. We were in this very room a year ago, and everyone kind of laughed off Spurs' challenge at the top, and you put them second. Yeah. You were wrong ultimately, but as close as anyone thought. But here's the thing: I feel like that's happening again to you guys because there's no reason why Spurs wouldn't at least be where you were last season. If not, I would expect you to kick on a bit more. But all the attention's on United. It's all on Chelsea. It's all on Man City. You know, would you expect Spurs to continue to do the same things they were doing last season?
I think we'll be in a similar position. Maybe not in terms of where we finish in the league, but in terms of the points amassed. It's about gauging whether or not there's value in being underrepresented in the media, i.e. less pressure, but is that because the increase in quality and management is significant enough for Tottenham not to be taken seriously? We won't know until the end of the season. I'd much prefer us be in a situation where no one's talking about us. Now everyone laughed at me for having Spurs finishing second because we've always fouled, and we fouled again. But in a way that you can kind of sleep at night kind of way. But it was, don't get me wrong, it was horrible. I mean, when Arsenal finished above Tottenham in the last day of the season was among the worst days of my life. Yeah,
I can get that, but part of me still was very much like, well, the thing that got me was how much Arsenal celebrated that fact. That was the big win in some respects for me, for Spurs. A bigger win's obviously just fucking beating them lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because of the brighter lights and all that stuff that accompanies it. But for me, I think the fact that looking at their reaction, and then you've got the fucking manager already coming out and going, well, we finished second. Whoa. I think there were other teams that had as much of a hand in them finishing second as anyone. But let's not get mired in. Let's not talk about our rivals. We're here to talk about ourselves. What's been different in terms of personnel or how Spurs approach it this season?
Not a lot really. We've brought in Manyama as kind of cover.
Scoring Manyama.
Yeah, he scored 1 goal in I think his entire career, and on his home debut he scores for Spurs. But he's come in to offer cover, although he started the first 2 games in Dembele's absence. I think Dembele's still got another 2 games to serve, so he won't play against Liverpool. Massive. I think it's the first game we've won without Dembele.
He was the one who, when we spoke last season, you were like, Dembele, and I was like, never heard of him.
Yeah.
And then I actually made a point of watching him in the game at Anfield, and he was monstrous.
he's so good. And it's bizarre because for the first 3 years, he was bought to replace Modric. First 3 years just failed.
Just that, isn't it?
Not much you can do about that, really. but without him, we're going to be missing a massively influential player at Spurs. But Wanyama's been brought in, and Janssen has come in, so we do have hopefully a quality alternative to Kane. Now,
why did Ali not start at the weekend? Was that fitness, injury, tactical?
In my opinion, he didn't start because of form. You know, he's been out of form. He missed the last 3 games of the season. He didn't play well in the Euros. He didn't play well against Everton. I think he needs a bit of a rest, the time out of the spotlight, time to regather and think about what it is he wants to do with his career at Tottenham. Now, that sounded like I was writing him off. It doesn't. He's a rough diamond. Ali's great. He can win a match on his own. He has that natural quality, and Pochettino will get the best out of him. But he's got a long way to go in order to be the player that everyone thinks he is currently. So I'm guessing he didn't start because it wasn't right tactically. Yeah. I would have actually started Ali, despite saying that. I would have dropped Wanyama, had Dyer and Ali in the midfield, because I don't think you need two central defensive midfielders against Palace at home. But he didn't, and we won, and that's why he's the manager and I ain't.
So I want to know then, and I've not prepped you on this, it'd be interesting to see if you have a response to it, is... Like I always say, I never watch the opposition. I only ever watch Liverpool. It's very rare. People go to me, didn't such and such have a great game? No idea. Yeah. I watch the guys in the red shirts, and the other ones are just people in the way of them doing their things. So, you know, Liverpool versus Spurs, White Hart Lane, which one or two players should I be... if I look out for, will I be impressed with that maybe I wouldn't expect to be?
The thing is, you say that, but it's the same team essentially as last year. Lamela, Eric Lamela, he's formed from Copa America, and is it still called that Copa America? Sure. Whatever, gives a shit. No one watches it there. Lamela, when he played, he was superb. Been great in pre-season. His form last season was highly underrated, and I love him so much. He's spiteful, nasty. He's going to wind you up. As I'd hate to. He's nipping at people. He wins the ball back for a forward, a right-sided forward. He wins the ball back as often as many other.
As frequently as a more defensive player.
There you go.
Do.
There you go. Basically, what's happened in my brain is I'm thinking forward player who's defensively sound and still creative. It's kind of what we've got there.
Like fuck.
Finally, he presses like fuck. Yeah, you would love him. You would absolutely. He's perfect for Klopp's style. But we finally have. It looks like we know why we spent 30 million on him. And given the fact that Johnny Evans is being touted around for 25, 30 million looks like a huge piece of business.
Yeah, what a sensation.
What a shame about Mane though.
What a shame. Well,
how long is he out?
Fingers crossed he'll be back.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So I was going to be like kind of smug, kind of, what a shame.
Oh, unlucky. He's not Andre Ayew, mate. But yeah, no, fingers crossed he'll be back for Liverpool. Yeah. He might not be by the time this video comes out, who knows. But Flav, I want to say, I'd say good luck, but you know, neither of us would mean that.
No,
but let's stay friends.
Okay.
Regardless of
Enjoy the day.
Cheers, man. Cheers.